Thomas tops last night's Soca Titans competition. Tobago business community calls on Caribbean Airlines to do better. Minority leader calls for Tobagonians to support the Tobago bills currently before Parliament, and police prepared for any eventuality. Good evening, I am Biana Brebner. Welcome to the Tobago Updates Television News for Thursday, 24th October 2024. To our top story, Jaim vs. Thomas is the 2024 Tobago Soca Titans winner following an electrifying performance that was just a crowd pleaser but found favor with the judges. The competition, which took place last night at Market Square Car Park, was fierce with 10 contestants vying for the title, but in the end, it was Verse with his song Pump It Up who took the title. Reporter Joe Sheldon has the details.
Listen, so long I've been waiting for Carnival.
At just 18 years old, Jaim vs. Thomas proved that age is just a number when it comes to mastering the art of soca. His electrifying performance of Pump It Up had the entire crowd dancing from start to finish, capturing the infectious energy and rhythm of soca music. His performance earned him the position of Soca Titan, dethroning last year's winner Adrian Num Num Isaac. Verse went home with the top prize of $75,000.
Pump it up, pump it up, pump it up, pump it till we can. If you know you're not tired, just put the juice in me. Pump it up, pump it up, pump it up, pump it till we can. If you know you're not tired, just put the drinks. This whole time I've been waiting to hold on a pretty girl and just.
In second place was Kalin Jamoy Alexander with his song Ramaji. He took home a $50,000 cash prize.
All day. Ramaji with the rhythm, tinky ding. Ramaji with the rhythm, tinky ding. Ramaji with the rhythm, come let me get them.
Custom Cupid came in third place with his song Bad in the Road and won a cash prize of $40,000.
Hold on to her. Let me take her. We back. Now everybody. See me. Carnival. Anticipating. It's all yeah we waiting.
Joe Sheldon, Tobago Updates Television News.
When the city go ahead reach, shake up the junction, carry up my touchy piece. She went to follow, no more ticket coming in. Everybody.
Around midday today, Linda MacArthur Monica Sandy Lewis, lovingly known as Calypso Rose, arrived in Tobago surrounded by loved ones, friends, family, and well-wishers. The Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities, and Transportation arranged a welcome party where she was greeted with smiles and tokens of appreciation. In attendance were the Secretary, Assistant Secretary and Administrator of Tourism. Calypso Rose was visibly in good spirits and appreciative of the welcome honor. With songs like Fire Fire, Going Down San Fernando, and Her Majesty Calypso Rose, born in Tobago, has composed over 1,000 songs and recorded over 20 albums. She was the first woman to win the Road March competition with Gimme More Tempo. Calypso Rose is a celebrated icon and a UNICEF Goodwill Ambassador for former child soldiers who also advocates for social change. Tomorrow, she will be honored in a street naming ceremony in Tobago. Will Caribbean Airlines be a sore point for Tobago Carnival? Well, the Division of Tourism and Tobago Division of Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce is trying to remain optimistic about CAL's performance during the event, but they noted the improvements are still needed. At a press conference today, they highlighted the strong interest in Tobago, but also pointed out the limited number of flights. Reporter Candice Jackson has the details.
Tobago Division of the TNT Chamber of Industry and Commerce says relying solely on Caribbean Airlines for the success of Tobago Carnival would be problematic. Vice Chairman Demi John Cruikshank noted that the Port Authority has stepped in as the much-needed savior.
And Tobago, who wants to get to Tobago, I think the port is your first option. You should head to the port because CAL is reporting 100% in terms of bookings for the flights that they have.
Hotels are boasting 75% occupancy for this weekend's Tobago Carnival, while villas and bed and breakfast accommodations are at 95%. Arthur Lord, president of the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association, reported that they continue to receive requests both locally and internationally. He also emphasized that CAL needs to add extra flights earlier to meet the demand.
That would allow hotels to see their capacity from in September. They must be able to look and say, all right, this is what I'm going to look like. Not fill at the last minute and then have to react to it because CAL added flights at the last minute and persons were able to get on. Or the ferry listing got upgraded to add 2 more sailings.
The Chamber stated that the Tobago Carnival has been the best boost for business they have experienced, but it could be even more successful with better support from Caribbean Airlines. Chairman Curtis Williams is calling for CAL to be transparent about the challenges they may be facing.
We ought to know those restrictions, whether it is political or otherwise. We want to know what are those restrictions and how best the Tobago Division, the Chamber, the Hotel Association can assist. Suppose it's just logistics. Suppose it's just information. We don't know. So we want to know. CAL, please tell us, what are some of the challenges you have? And
Williams added that CAL should avoid using post-mortem reports to highlight unused seats after the carnival and should instead focus on collaborating with the private sector.
because after the season, what's going to happen? Unused seats, we're going to get it. So please, CAL, don't set us up with the unused seats. Come, give us the schedule so that we can make the necessary booking.
With the dates for the Tobago Carnival in 2025, 2026 and 2027 already announced, Williams expressed hope that CAL will finally choose to collaborate with Tobago to ensure the event's success. Candace Jackson, Tobago Updates, Television News.
We'll take a short break and come back with more. Stay with us.
When the game is on, you don't want to miss the best moments. With Amplia TV, you can enjoy our ultimate sports package and watch your favorite games on the go. Stay connected and informed with sports news, scores, and stats with Amplia's fastest internet speeds. Up to 1 GB fiber internet, you can stream riveting football action, cricket, NBA games, and much more. With Amplia, it's game on. Visit amplia.co.tt or call 800-4663. Amplia. Do more, live more.
Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
The Tobago Division of Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce is offering commendations. Speaking at a press conference, they expressed satisfaction with the festival's growth over the past 3 years, noting its emergence as a unique carnival brand for Tobago. Alpha Lord, president of the Tobago Hotel and Tourism Association, highlighted that the THA's efforts are yielding positive results.
I'm pleased with the Division of Tourism and the Festivals Commission in terms of their marketing approach this year, albeit I think it started a little later than I would have liked, but at least they have done what is necessary to create the buzz, and that buzz has translated into demand.
Flights and ferries are arriving fully booked with passengers, and the Chamber aims to assist the THA in making the event even bigger and better in the future. They are urging the Tourism Secretary to host a multi-stakeholder post-mortem meeting immediately after the Carnival to discuss the way forward, according to Chamber Director Brendan Gray.
What changes need to occur to this whole experience, so that we not get stuck in the oneness and continuous environment of only what we see now. We must grow.
Meanwhile, Tobago Division Chairman Curtis Williams wants the future of Carnival to be driven by the private sector.
The THA will come in with whatever they have to do with the fringes in the end, but we're not going to wait on that purse. We're not going to wait on that purse. Let this be a good business venture in Tobago. We will be the difference to the Carnival, and not just waiting for the THA to do handouts and all these payouts. Let's do it in the private sector.
The private sector is already sponsoring $2.5 million of the Tobago Carnival budget for 2025. Williams expects that as the festival continues to grow and establish its identity, both local and international investors will contribute even more funding. At the 34th plenary sitting of the Tobago House of Assembly held earlier today, Minority Leader Kelvon Morris introduced a motion for the Tobago autonomy bills, which are currently before Parliament. One is the Tobago Constitution Amendment Bill, and the other is Tobago Island Governance Bill. Morris emphasized that the bills are designed to give Tobago greater control over its own affairs. Here's more from
The Tobago Island Government Bill and the Tobago Self-Government Bill of 2021 before the Trinidad and Tobago Parliament generally seek to issue greater autonomy to Tobago. Minority Leader Kelvon Morris put forward a motion in support of the bills. He noted that the Constitution Amendment or Tobago Self-Governance Bill will have two important elements.
First, let's look at the Constitution Amendment, Tobago Self-Government Bill. This bill aims to grant Tobago self-government by creating the Tobago Island Government. So no longer you will have the Tobago House of Assembly. It establishes two key bodies, the House of Assembly, which will make laws, and the Tobago Executive Council, which will handle the island's executive administration and management.
He said the Constitutional Amendment Bill is important because it will ensure equality of status.
Key provisions, Clause 4, for instance, recognizes the right to self-determination for the people of Tobago. This is about ensuring that we as Tobagonians have a voice in our own governance and that our status is equal to that of anyone living in Trinidad.
While the Tobago House of Assembly can be allocated between 4.03% and 6.8% of the national budget, Morris noted that the Constitution Amendment Bill will provide the THA with access to a new minimum of 6.8% of the national budget.
And this bill guarantees you don't have to beg, you don't have to fight, you don't have to cost nobody. And it is entrenched. You are guaranteed a minimum of 6.8% or at least $4 billion.
He said the Tobago Island Bill, which he thinks is straightforward and accessible, will replace the Tobago House of Assembly Act.
It will replace the Tobago House of Assembly Act and lay out the powers and functions of the Tobago Island government and its legislature. This bill is broader, containing 61 clauses, and it only requires a simple majority to pass. This means it can be approved with a straightforward vote, making it more accessible. And
Joe Sheldana, Tobago Updates Television News.
Deputy Chief Secretary Dr. Faith B. Israel stated that the Executive Council cannot fully support the Tobago self-governance bills because they exclude important details that Tobagonians have already declared as non-negotiable. She made this point while contributing to the debate in the Assembly Legislature on a motion brought by Minority Leader Kelvin Morris, which called for THA's full support of the two bills seeking to grant greater autonomy to the island. More from Candice Jackson.
The Chief Secretary, Dr. Faith B. Israel, expressed skepticism about the timing of Parliament's focus on the Tobago self-governance bills, suggesting it follows a pattern of past administrations using the issue as a gimmick to sway votes around election time. More concerning, she noted, is that the bills ignore key issues that Tobago wants addressed, referring to the 11 non-negotiable items agreed upon at a forum in Signal Hill in 2014. Dr. B. Israel highlighted the absence of defined jurisdictional boundaries in the current bills.
Water outside is because the document actually said internal and inland waters, which by any reasonable deduction means that the 6 nautical miles, for example, that the current Tobago House of Assembly Act gives us would have been taken away.
The bills would guarantee the THA 6.8% of the national budget, an increase from the current minimum of 4.03%. Additionally, they propose the creation of a fiscal review committee to grant higher allocations if necessary. However, according to Dr. B. Israel, the committee's composition would not be favorable to the THA.
The minister is already the chair. Sure, the vice chair would be the secretary, one other person from the THA, and 2 people from the cabinet. So we would have already had a fiscal review committee that already, they didn't even have to listen to us, Madam Presiding Officer. They could have already voted to say 0, zilch, nothing more for all year, because that is what the fiscal review committee came up with.
As a result, Dr. B. Israel asked the Tobagonians,
I ask those of us, all right-thinking Tobagonians, to not allow the promise of a little bit to be dangled in front of you while they are taking away everything in the back of you and thinking that you are not smart.
The Deputy Chief Secretary suggested that a better option would be to allow Tobagonians the freedom to decide how self-governance should function.
We're basically saying, some of the things we are going back and forth about, some of the things are not perfect. It may actually work better for us to just have a broad thing that says, Tobago, you have the authority to create your own governance, and then allow the people of Tobago to come back and say whether it wants, for example, the People's House, whether it wants a Senate, whether it wants whatever those things are by Carnival system.
Dr. B. Israel then proposed amendments to the Minority Leader's motion, suggesting that instead of fully supporting the bills, provisions should be made to allow for necessary adjustments. Candice Jackson, Tobago Updates Television News.
You're watching the Tobago Updates Television News. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Tobago Updates. More news after this.
Tobago Carnival is just around the corner, and Bethel Credit Union has you covered. Whether you're prepping for costumes, parties, giveaways, or a staycation, it's all within your reach with our Carnival loan sale. For as little as $900 a month, yes, $900 a month, you can get the funds you need to make this Carnival season unforgettable. At Bethel Credit Union, we're here to make your celebration dreams a reality. Visit us today or call 639-8226 for more information. Normal lending criteria applies, because we see you at BCU.
Attention soldiers, are you ready for the ultimate mission for Tobago Carnival? It's time to gear up for Army Fed Operation Rocks Glow.
I feel like I run in tongue again. No place like
We're taking the vibes out to the countryside, where a premier cast of live entertainment will be pumping all night long. Army Fat Operation Rocks Glow. Join us on Thursday, 24th October at the Sid Gray Sporting Complex, Roxborough, for the high-energy Wear White Soca Bashment Rocks Glow. Army Fed Tobago. Operation Rocks Glow.
I don't get up, they follow me money, gun as long as one in the head. They say too much, one thing to kill you, so what everybody had a dead. Don't knock it until you try it. Rum sweet, don't.
Tell them I can't do even bother calling me. Tell them I can't. I said tell them I can't do even bother calling me. Tell them.
Thanks for staying with us. Workers of the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission held another public demonstration of dissatisfaction with their current working conditions. The protest action saw employees lining the front entrance of the main office on Post Office Street, singing, chanting, and making a call to address their many issues.
Singing, chanting, and calling on the powers that be to resolve their issues was the action taken by TNTech workers earlier today. This is the second time within 1 week the workers protested. Last Friday, before their 7 a.m. shift, workers gathered in protest. Today, their two-part action ran from 6:30 a.m. to 7 a.m. and again from 12:30 p.m. to 12:45 p.m., with chants including phrases like "Solidarity Forever" and "Our Union is Our Song." Just recently, the OWTU installed officers for the Tobago branch of the TNTech to advance their issues and bring resolution. The issues highlighted are stalled negotiations, a shortage of manpower and PPE, and issues with vehicles for field workers. Adana Kambi, Tobago Updates Television News.
The Trinidad and Tobago Police Service has stated they are prepared for any eventualities that may arise during the Tobago October Carnival weekend. Speaking at a press conference at the Shervan Road Police Station, Assistant Senior Superintendent Sunil Bharat noted that they are coordinating with the Coast Guard, Defence Force, Fire Service, and other branches of national security to ensure adequate monitoring across the island.
We'll have an increased visibility at the guest houses, the hotels, the beaches, recreation areas, and the communities, so that when you venture into the carnival events, your place will be safe.
The public is to be aware of traffic restrictions in and around Scarborough and to follow the police instructions on the roads. Meanwhile, authorities are warning of increased roadblocks across the island.
And these checks are to confiscate any weapons that persons may have in their possession. And if it is against the law, you will be arrested and charged. And also to play cognizance at driving under the influence of alcohol.
The wrecker is expected to be out in full force, so motorists are advised to be cautious about where they park their vehicles. Additionally, the public is reminded to be mindful of the ban on glass bottles, which will be in effect from Friday until midnight on Sunday.
And within the carnival area and the vicinity, only authorized persons are allowed with glass bottles. If an unauthorized person is held, they can be fined up to $1,000 or 6 months in jail.
The TTPS stated that all these measures are aimed in ensuring a safe and incident-free Tobago Carnival. There are also requests that the public take steps to secure their homes and belongings to reduce the risk of becoming targets. Additionally, the public is reminded to report any incidents or suspicious activities to the police. The weather is next. Stay with us. Tonight is expected to be partly cloudy and breezy with scattered showers in some areas and a chance of isolated thunderstorms. Winds may gust at times, especially near showers. Tonight's temperature would be around 25 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, scattered showers, particularly during the early morning, will interrupt generally fair, slightly hazy and breezy or windy conditions. There is a medium chance of thunderstorms. Temperatures will rise to 32 degrees Celsius with a heat index of 36 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow's sea conditions are expected to be moderate to occasionally rough, with waves 2 to 2.5 meters in open waters and below 1 meter in sheltered areas. Sunrise at 5:53 and sunset at 5:40. And that's how we end this evening's newscast. Here's a recap of the headlines before we go. Jaim vs. Thomas tops last night's Soca Titans competition. Tobago's business community calls on Caribbean Airlines to do better. Minority leader calls for Tobagonians to support Tobago bills currently before Parliament. And police prepared for any eventuality. I am Bianna Brebner. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great night.